And I have a problem because when somebody who is so attractive tries to talk to me, I'm like, no, sir. Maybe my confidence is like really low now that I'm older. But I'm like, no, what do you want with me? Like, look at you, look at me. And then I feel like it's a scam. Anyone else?
Welcome back, or welcome to Uncle ABL. And in today's video, we're talking about women talking about how hard it is to date over 40. Now, this is going to be very interesting. We got quite a few good videos to go through. But first things first, I want to acknowledge where I got the concept and the videos from this from. That's a small YouTube channel called Me and Pops on the Couch. I'll link to their video in the box. I didn't really watch all of it. I didn't just want to take their talking points, but I did see the videos and I found them, and I want to give my take on it because this is a thing that is a constant topic of conversation online and my regular everyday life, everything, especially since I said on Andre Hatchett's podcast that my age range that I date is between 24 and 28. And for context, I am 39 years old. I'll be 40 in September. Yes, I have a gray beard. Thank you for recognizing that for the very first time in my life. But anyway, I digress. The point is, I don't really date my age, and there are specific reasons, multiple plural, for that. But first things first, let's get to the first clip I want to get through. This is pretty interesting. I may not have the take that some of you guys may have on this. So let's go ahead and check it out right here. And of course, I'm going to stop it at certain points and give my 2 cents. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This man wanted to go out on a date, and I'm like, okay, we set the date for Friday, and he doesn't reach out to me. So he texts me in the evening like, I didn't hear from you today. I said, well, was I supposed to plan the date too? You know, I expect a man to take the lead in those types of things. He said to me, that time frame has expired.
Oh, no.
I am past courting age. I have been had, and I have a kid.
So the guy is talking about her, saying that she's past courting age, she's been had, she has a kid, all this, that, and the third. That's the context. But I gave my 2 cents in the moment. Let's keep on rocking.
And I was like,
wow. Yeah. Talk about somebody that knows, huh?
Okay, someone got a chip on their
Yeah,
shoulder.
I was like, whoa, or I've heard, are you aware of your age? Like,
So she's heard this kind of thing before. Are you aware of your age? So this isn't a one-off. This is kind of like a repeat situation. Let's keep on going.
It's like, yeah, every birthday.
Now, I'm going to say this. Let me just pause it here. I'm going to say this. If I'm going to ask somebody on the date, I'm not going to be rude like that. I'm going to actually plan the date, and we're going to do what we do. If you're interested, okay, I'm going to plan it. I'm going to just communicate with you. Okay, meet me here at this time, and then that'll be it. I'm not just going to say, all right, let's go on a date and expect you to be calling me, all this and that and the third. If I plan it, I'm going to set it up and say, are you available? If you are, cool, let's go on a date. I'm not going to be rude like that and be like, oh, you're old. Listen, if you're old and I'm not into women that are that age, I'm not going to ask you on a date. And if I do ask you on a date and I find out that you got some other stuff going on, you might be much older than I thought. You might got a bunch of kids running around, crumb snatching. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to really be able to do it. You have a good time. Have a good rest of your life. That's pretty much how I would carry it. I wouldn't ask somebody on a date and then do all that. Okay, but we have more here. So this woman says women over 35, not 25. Women over 35 have more value. So let's see how she's going to break this down for us.
I have to promise you're going to let me explain before you react. I was watching a video here on TikTok, and the guy said that women over 35 are 50% off. Like, women over 35 lose half of their value, right? And he wasn't really the kind of guy who should have had this kind of opinion, but I digress. When I was in my 20s, the younger you are, the less you know about your self-worth and your value, the more that you're still on the journey to understanding who you are and what you have to offer the world and what makes you special, unique, and great. That's when you're 50% off.
Let's pause. Okay, and sorry for the freeze frame. Now, what she's talking about here is the exact reason why I date between 24 and 28. Because when they are younger, they have fewer expectations. An example, I saw a dating app where a young lady, she was like 30 years old. In her bio, she had a thing that I always have said about women. She said, I like to be taken on unique experiences. This is very common for all women. And the older they get, the harder that becomes. Listen, when she's 35, 40, she's pretty much seen everything. If she's pretty and been around guys that got money, athletes, basketball players, rappers, big tech bros, executives, Wall Street guys, she's seen everything. So what are you really going to do that's going to impress her? Nothing. Not at all. Take her to a restaurant. Oh, I've been here. I know the waiter. I know the whole staff. This is my friend that works here. I see him every day. I'm a regular at the bar. You can't really do anything. So the older they get, the higher their requirements get, the higher the barrier to entry is to meet them. But the problem is they don't look as good and they're not as cooperative as they were when they were younger. So as their desirability goes down, their requirements go up. And it's a crazy paradox. And I understand, because as you get older, you got more responsibilities. You might have kids now. You got real serious bills like a mortgage, and you got people that are getting older in your family. You got to take care of them. But your age does not represent a growth in your value. It represents a decline, unfortunately, for women. But I digress.
50% off. That's when you will give yourself away for literally nothing. Okay. And maybe every 20 something is not like that. Please, if you're 20 something and you're watching this, do not feel that I'm talking about you, because obviously if you're the kind of 20 something that consumes this kind of content here on TikTok, you're a person who's more aware and you're coming into your own. But understand that there's a reason why a lot of older men prey on women who are really young, because
let's pause right there. That's something else I hear a lot. Oh, they prey on young women. Really? Prey? I mean, look, at a certain point, you're an adult. You're over the age of 18. You can go to war. You could do all type of stuff. Drive in your car, go to war, work. You could buy a house. You could do a little bit of everything. But, okay, if I'm 40, dating a 25-year-old, that's predatory? How? This is a full-grown adult, and don't give me the whole frontal lobe nonsense. I mean, look, the majority of your brain is already there from a child, okay? We're talking about minuscule differences in your brain development. The most important thing is your education level, okay? You can have a developed, quote-unquote, developed brain and be completely idiotic, can't read or add 2 + 2. The most important thing is your education level and how you're raised, mom, dad, the whole situation. But I digress.
Because those women haven't developed the better boundaries yet. They haven't developed better, communication skills and just ways to assert themselves. They're probably still in their phase of, I just want him to like me, which can be really, really dangerous. So then a man like this man online comes around to women who are over 35, who now have the better boundaries in place, who now understand their worth, who now understands their values.
But you think you understand your worth. Your worth in your mind is different than what the marketplace sets it at. Okay. You have an inflated sense of self at this particular age. All right. As men get older and we get more money, we become more valuable. Our looks don't matter as much. Women are not the same way. Women, your best asset is your youth and your beauty and your fertility. It's not like that for men. We're different.
And tries to get that woman to lower her value by saying, you're too old to have standards. See, when you're young, they take appreciation of the fact that you haven't established your standards just so much. And when you're older and you have those standards, they want to take advantage of the fact that you're older and say, lower those standards. Either way, they're trying to get something at a discount because they just can't afford you.
Well, the thing is, if I can afford you at your age, 35, 40, 50, 45, whatever, if I can afford you, then I can also afford a woman that's younger, who's going to look better, be more cooperative, and who is not really seen so much. You just got too much experience, too much. You just been out here too much. You might already got kids that's like teenagers. You might been through a couple of divorces. It's just too much life experience on you. And that makes it difficult for us to have a communication, to have a connection. It's very difficult.
Just can't afford it. They just can't keep up with you. They know that you are set way high above who they are, and it drives them crazy. So if you are 35 plus, remember, I didn't even meet my husband until I was 37. I got married at 38. I had my son at 39. I became a homeowner at 40. You don't have to lower the price for anybody, okay?
Well, congrats to you. That was a buzzer beater if I ever heard one. You're talking about there's no time left on the clock. Derek Fisher on the Lakers hitting that 0.4 seconds. You hit a buzzer beater. So congrats to you for hitting a buzzer beater. But the reality is that's not going to be the case for most people on planet Earth.
You have value at any age that you are, and it doesn't go down because you get older. It actually goes up.
All righty, so there we have it. It does not go up. Your value in your mind goes up, but it does not go up. Look at these eyes. I mean, that tells you all you need to know right there. Okay, now here's another video. Let's check this out.
So I've been single since 2017. I don't want to be single, but I don't put a whole lot of effort into not being single. Yeah. I'm on a dating app, Hinge. I know you've heard of it. Yeah, so every once in a while, I'll just delete it and think, I'm good. I don't need anybody. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to die alone. So I, download the app again. And I have a problem because when somebody who is so attractive tries to talk to me, I'm like, no, sir. Maybe my confidence is like really low now that I'm older. But I'm like, no, what do you want with me?
Okay, before she even answers, what happens, and I don't want to really dunk on her because she kind of understands. She's self-aware. She understands that she's not really in good shape. Okay, I'm not trying to dunk again. I'm not trying to dunk on this lady, but she understands. She's like, look, why are you attracted to me? I know how I look. I'm not really, supermodel-esque, and that's totally fine. See, the thing is, she might understand that these attractive guys just want to go ahead and, hey, it's a slow Tuesday. You're available. You're responding. Let's go ahead and go over here and do what adults do. So she may know that's the case. Or she's going to say that it could be a scam and some guy trying to just con her out of some money. Either way, she doesn't really want to be involved with somebody attractive, although that's probably what she wants. She's in the weird conundrum.
Like, look at you. Look at me. And then I feel like it's a scam. Anyone else? Dating in your 40s sucks. It sucks. It's absolute malarkey.
So there we have it. That's a few women talking about their dating issues in their 40s. There's a lot I want to say. There's a whole lot going on, a lot to quote unquote unpack, as the cool kids say. First of all I see is just a bunch of unnecessary things that I don't have to go through. Look, if I have the tall, dark, handsome, got money, I got all that, why would I deal with this particular age group? Nothing against them, but why would I deal with it? If I was much older, then maybe. See, a lot of these women, they don't really understand. They're not 25 years old anymore. Maybe when they were 25 or even younger, high school, college, they can date somebody that's right in the same age group with them. But as they get older and older and older and become less attractive to that particular age group or to the most attractive guy, they got to just go older. So a woman like young lady right here, a woman like her, I would say go get with somebody that's like 55. Yeah, that's what I would say. 55, retired, military, something like that. If he'll want you. A guy that might just have some money, that's going to be what you are going to get. If you're thinking that the attractive guy is just going to be super nice and your age and be with you and just you, you're dreaming. Okay. And we saw the black woman who had the buzzer beater get everything done in a very short period of time. Like 2 or 3 years, got married, had a baby, had a house. That's rushing. Between 37 and 40, did all that. Okay, you could do something like that, but a lot of times those relationships, they don't really last and they're not really real. And you kind of settle in for somebody that you really don't want. There's going to be some issues there. I'm not saying that's always the case, but they wait to the last minute. They have fun. They go on vacations and trips and build the career up. Then at the very last minute, they say, okay, now I'll jump out the window and get my guy and settle down. They probably could have done that a long time ago with a guy right in their face. All right. But they don't talk about that part. All they say is, oh, it's hard to date right now at 40 years old. Well, what happened before 40? You've been an adult for a long time. So what was going on? Okay. Like, what's happening? Do you have any kids right now? How many baby daddies? Like, what's the situation? Okay, let's get down to the bottom of it. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to them. Nothing against somebody that wants to go out there and date at a certain age. Okay, I'm with it. It's all good. But understand that the guys you probably really want, you're really attracted to, it's going to be difficult for you to be at the same age as that person and then go out there and make something happen. If it's me, again, my age range, 24 to 28. That's a sweet spot. They're not too young to get on my nerves and be immature and childlike and not have anything going for themselves. And they're not too old to be jaded by life, kind of in a bad situation, desperate for a buzzer beater, trying to have a baby at the last minute. And I've been approached like that. Women be on dating apps talking about, hey, look, check it out. If you're not marriage minded, then I only want to go on a date. If you're not trying to have a baby in a year, I only want to go. And they be dead serious because they understand the clock is ticking. So they begin to rush. They're impatient. They lack any kind of empathy for you when you are busy. Okay, if I don't respond to you in 6 hours, you block me. It's like, well, I'm sorry, I was working. I was on the road. Like, what am I going to do? What can I do? I was traveling. What you want me to do? Just stop traveling? Just stop working? But again, they're so impatient. They got to have stuff happen right now because they waited way too late. They procrastinated to the very end. Then they made something happen. And you can't just live life like that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.